Sitting in a comfortable position. First, check that you are steady, and you can sit with your legs crossed or whatever is comfortable for you, but make sure that you're stable, steady, and comfortable. The spine is straight. The head and neck are in line with the spine. The shoulders are open but relaxed. And the eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. And the hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice. Take a long, deep inhalation in. And when you exhale, release all of the events of the day. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release all of the conversations that you've had today, all of the interactions, whatever form they've taken, just let them all go. And again, another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any thoughts of anything you need to do after the class, and just allow yourself to be right here, right now. There's nothing else you need to do. There's nowhere else you need to be, but right here. And returning now to the natural breath, and observing the natural breath at the nostrils, and how on the inhalation, the abdomen fills with air, the chest fills with air, and then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. Just focusing on the natural breath. And in a moment, we'll move the awareness through the body. And as we do this, pay careful attention to any pain or irritation in the body that you're feeling right now. Just so when we do the practices, you listen to your body. And if something's not right for you, please do another practice or even just visualize the practice. So move the awareness now down to the soles of the feet and observe how the soles of the feet are feeling at this moment. And then very gently and smoothly bring the awareness up into the feet and the ankles, up through the calves and the shins, checking in at the knees, up through the buttocks and the thighs, into the hands, feeling the hands resting on the knees, and up through the wrists, the forearms, checking in at the elbows, the upper arms, and the shoulders. Now gently moving the awareness up through the torso, up through the abdomen and the chest, and also up through the back and each vertebrae of the spine. Before gently resting the awareness in the neck, through the back of the head and the crown of the head. And now moving the awareness into the face, releasing any expression on the face. And then gently resting the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times in Om Shanti and the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our practices and traditions and to each other. Breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinadvadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And now, keeping the eyes closed and staying in the same position, we're going to begin our class with neck rotation. So before we begin this practice, just be very gentle and smooth with the movements and really feel out the range of movement, particularly through the first few rounds of this practice, just to protect the neck. If you have any neck issues, it might be better if you just visualize this practice. So keeping the eyes closed, if that works for you, inhale, and then when you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest and bring the right ear around to the right shoulder, inhaling as you bring the head back to where is comfortable for you, and bringing the left ear to the left shoulder, exhaling as you bring the chin back to the chest. This is 1 round. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. And placing the awareness on the different points of the neck as you feel them loosen in the practice. And when you've completed in your own time, bring the head back to the neutral position and keep the eyes closed and just observe the effects of the practice. And for our next practice, we will do Asana, the cat posture. So coming onto the hands and the knees, making sure that the knees are directly below the hips and the hands are directly below the shoulders. Spine is straight, head is in a neutral position to begin. Inhale, bring the head up towards the ceiling and point the abdomen towards the floor. You can feel that curling spine and push through the arms as well. Exhale, bring the head in between the arms and arch the back up just like a cat stretching. This is one round. Complete 7 rounds in total. Aiming for smooth, fluid movements, coordinating the breath with the movement, aiming for that body, breath, mind connection. So inhaling with the spine towards the ceiling, exhaling with the abdomen towards the floor. After you've completed 7 rounds, coming to the child posture, Shashangasana. And taking some time to rest in Shashangasana, bringing the buttocks back to the heels and placing the forehead on the floor. Either the hands can be beside the head or even beside the feet. If you have low blood pressure, it's a good idea to make fists and then rest your head on there just so that your head's higher than your heart. And just allow the body to release into the practice. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up to a standing position. So being very gentle and mindful as you come up, moving slowly and consciously, curling the back and the vertebrae up one by one as we reach a standing position. And now in a standing position, make sure that your weight is evenly balanced on both legs. Shoulders are back and down, spine straight, arms are loose, head and neck are aligned, eyes and mouth lightly closed. And feel the floor beneath your feet, feeling steady and comfortable. And with the feet together, comfortably together, find a point on the wall in front. The next practice will be Tadasana, the palm tree posture. And so once you find your point, clasp the hands together in front of the body with the arms straight. And then bring the arms up above the head. So stretch up, focusing on the point. And then when you feel steady and ready, come onto the front of the feet, lifting the heels up, stretching right through the body like it's a rubber band, and stretching right through. And then bring the hands to the top of the head, exhaling, bring the heels back to the floor. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds. So inhaling, bring the arms up, and then bringing the heels up from the floor, holding, and then bringing the hands to the top of the head, exhaling, releasing. If you want to try and stay up for as long as you can on your final round, remember to breathe when you're doing that, so you don't have to hold your breath when you're doing that.
which is giving your body a real stretch through. You can feel it through the legs and right up through the torso and the arms. And it's easier if you bring the hands to the head first before you bring the heels to the floor. So 5 rounds in total, and then come back to a standing Shavasana once you've completed. And just closing the eyes and just observing the effects of the practice. Next, we're going to do another variation of Tadasana, which is the Tiryak Tadasana, which is the swaying palm tree pose. So for this, bring the feet apart, a bit further than hip width apart. Again, checking that your posture is straight. And again, you don't need to, we're not balancing on this one, so you don't need to focus on the wall or anything, but just it's better to have your head and neck aligned. Again, clasping the hands in front of the body, and you bring them up above the head in the middle, arms straight, stretching up. Then inhale, and then as you inhale, lean over to the right side, digging the left foot into the floor just a little bit to help with the stretch, making sure the arms are straight. It's better that the arms are straight and rather than like bending and moving over. So keep the arms straight and try not to lean forward or backwards. And then exhale back to center, stretching up in the middle. Inhale, and then over to the left side. Again, so slightly digging the right foot into the floor, feeling that stretch up the right side of the body, then inhaling back to center. Complete another 4 rounds on each side. It's good to imagine that you're in between 2 sheets of glass, just so you're not moving forward or back. That's what I tend to do, to imagine that, and it helps me to keep my posture up straight. And trying to pay attention to keep the arms straight as you do it. And when you've completed your rounds, come back to standing Shavasana, but all in your own time, of course. And allow the arms to hang loose. Bring the feet back together, closing the eyes and just observing the movement of energy around the body from the practices so far. We'll do another balancing posture now. So for this one, we'll do the one-legged prayer pose. And for this, focus again on a point on the wall that's not moving, and ensure that your posture is straight. Bring the weight of your body weight onto the left foot first. Now, everyone will be at different stages for this practice, and some days I do this better than others, so it can even depend on the day. So what you need to do when you're steadying, what you're going to do is bring the sole of your right foot onto the inside of the leg and balance in that way. Now, you might be at a stage where it's better for you just to put it on the inside of the ankle with the foot still on the floor. Perfectly fine. You could do it maybe on around the calf. Best not to do it on the inside of the knee because it just puts extra pressure and a sort of in a weird angle there. But once you find your point and you've worked out what variation you're going to do on the left foot, and bring the right foot in up into the inside of the left leg, bring the palms together in pranayama mudra. And then when you're ready, bring the palms above the head if you want to. If not, it's fine to just keep them at the heart space, and try and bring that right knee out so it's not sort of in. Bring it out, hold for whatever is your duration, and then gently come back out of the practice, bringing the knee forward and the foot to the floor. Do the same practice using the left foot now, and complete 3 rounds on each side, and try and hold for your own duration. Try and aim to hold a bit longer. I often find that some days if I'm tired, I'm not very good at this. And then other days I'm fine. So it's, as I said, it can depend on your experience level, but also the day and how you're feeling that day. As we know, our bodies change from day to day. Once you've finished your 3 rounds again in your own time, taking your time, we'll come back and sit on the floor. But there is no rush between practices. Take as long as it takes. And now sitting on the floor, bringing the legs out in front of the body, we're going to do a forward bend. We'll do 3 rounds of this just to see how we can go and get any further without pushing or straining, but often it takes a while for the muscles to warm into the posture. So again, back straight, and we're going to either try and touch the toes if that's possible. We're keeping the head up and the spine straight. If that's too much, that's fine. Just hold the leg where you can. So, and just hold it and take 3 breaths in the position, and then gently come back to this point. So inhale, and then as you exhale, lean forward, holding onto the legs or the feet, wherever that's right for you, keeping the head up. And you might find when you inhale and exhale in the position, on the exhalation, you're allowed to, you can actually move a bit forward, a bit further into it. But don't push or strain. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back. And complete 2 more rounds in this way, and just see if you can move into the position a bit further with each one. Try and hold the final round for 5 breaths.
After your final round, come back into the base position, Parambit for a little bit, where the hands are behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away, legs out in front of the body. Just closing the eyes and observing the effects of the practice. And then we'll move into Tatali Asana, the butterfly posture, just to as a counter posture. So bringing the feet to the floor in front of the buttocks, soles of the feet together. Bring them as close to the body as you can, of course, without causing any pain. And then bring the knees towards the floor, gently opening the hips. Inhale and bring the knees to the arms. Exhale, bring the knees to the floor. Complete 10 rounds of this practice. And just observing how the hip opens just a little bit more with each practice. After your final round, bring the knees together and slide the legs down in front of the body. Again, just observing the effects. And then we're going to lie on the front of the body. We're going to do the cobra pose. Now, with this practice, the hands are beside the shoulders. Either the feet, the toes are together or the heels are together. So make sure the feet are together in some fashion. Forehead on the floor. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that the pelvis stays on the floor. So we're not pushing on the arms to bring the whole top of the body off the floor. It's just a very small, gentle back bend. So with the forehead on the floor, inhale, and then bring the head up and raise the shoulders off the floor. The abdomen and the pelvis should stay on the floor. Looking up, tilting the head up, gazing up as you do it. Exhale, and then rolling the body and the head back to the floor. Complete another 2 rounds, holding in the upward position a little bit longer than the last time. Exhale, bring the head to the floor. Making sure the elbows are also pointing into the body, beside the body, not pointing out. Exhale, head to the floor. After your final round, roll onto the back into Shavasana. And allow the body to rest. Her arms are a little bit away from the body, with the palms facing up. Release the body into the floor, closing the eyes. Again, I'm just observing all the effects of the practices. And then bring the knees to the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees like you're giving them a hug. Inhale, and as you exhale, well, after you exhale,
Then bring the nose to the knees. Hold for a moment. Inhale and bring the head back to the floor. Complete another 4 rounds of this practice, holding the last round for a little bit longer. And remembering, so you inhale and exhale while the head's on the floor, then you lift the head to the knees. And then inhale as you gently bring the head back to the floor. And after your final round, taking your own time, just bring the feet back to the floor in front of the buttocks. And then getting ready for our final posture for the class. Placing the arms behind the head, as long as the shoulders can touch the floor. If not, just bring the arms out straight at shoulder height. So with the elbows on the floor, inhale. And then when you exhale, bring the knees to the right, making sure both feet are contact with the floor, and turn the head to the left. And allow the body to ease into the position. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to the left, head to the right. Complete another 4 rounds of this practice, so 5 rounds in total on each side. Feeling the twist in the spine. And the stretch up the side of the abdomen. And after you've completed your 5 rounds, lie back in Shavasana. And in Shavasana, we're going to complete Viloma, which is our pranayama practice. However, we will then move straight through into Yoga Nidra. So please have everything you need for this transition. Sometimes the body temperature will drop in Yoga Nidra. So if you need a blanket to ensure that you are warm, and you might need a pillow or a cushion to put under the knees to support the back. Whatever you need right now, get that ready. So lying down in Shavasana, once again with the feet at hip width apart and the legs and feet released
all tension released. So they flop to the sides. And the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. And the spine is straight and head and neck are aligned. The shoulders are open. And just focusing on the natural breath at the nostrils. Allowing the breath to regulate after all the practices so far. And as mentioned, our pranayama practice will be Viloma. So I'll describe and explain what the Viloma practice is. So basically what you'll be doing is taking, in the first iteration, a long, deep yogic breath in. However, when you're taking that breath in, you'll do it in stages. So as you breathe in, first you'll breathe into the abdomen and pause, and then continue the breath, the inhalation into the chest, and then complete the inhalation into the upper chest. So you'll breathe in, pause, complete the inhalation, and then it's one long exhalation, unbroken. So you'll complete that 3 times, and then we'll do the opposite. So for the opposite stage of Viloma, you will take a long, deep yogic breath in, unbroken, and then the exhalation will be staggered. So you'll breathe in, and then you'll exhale, pause, complete the exhalation. So that is 3 rounds, staggering the inhalation, and then 3 rounds staggering the exhalation. And when you've completed all 3 rounds in each way, then just return to the natural breath. And returning to the natural breath will prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So again, just checking in with the body to make sure that you're comfortable and warm, so you don't need to move throughout the practice. There's balance between the left side of the body and the right side of the body. Take another long, deep inhalation, and this time really allow the body to release into the floor, releasing any remaining tension. And do this one more time, but this time focus on the face and just be sure that you've released all expression on the face. You're not clenching the jaw or tightening the muscles behind the eyes. Just release all expression and tension in the face. And now feel the body's contact against the floor. First, feeling the back of the heels and the legs against the floor. And feeling the contact of the buttocks and the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. And feel the back and the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And feel how all of these different points of contact, they just make one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware now of sounds, listening first for sounds that are way off in the distance, but don't try and identify them or name them. Just move your awareness from sound to sound as you hear it. And now move your awareness to sounds just outside the room that you're in, taking the same approach of just moving the awareness from one sound to the next. And now move the awareness to sounds inside the room where you are. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. And now move the awareness to sounds inside the body, beginning first with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention. If you have one, mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. Please listen to my instructions. When I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin first with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now over to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, buttocks, small of the back, middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the back of the head, and the entire spinal column. And moving now to the crown of the head. Around to the face now with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the cheeks, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole back of the body, the whole front of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Bring the awareness now to the natural breath. Observe just how subtle the natural breath has become. And also observe the rise and fall of the navel in direct response to the natural breath. We're now going to add a visualization to the natural breath. in the following way. When you inhale golden, healing light throughout the body, from the soles of the feet to the top of the head. And on the exhalation, you will release anything that does not serve you. Whatever formation that takes for you, it may be worry, it may be pain, whatever you're feeling right now, you release it on the exhalation. Inhaling golden, healing, soothing light, exhaling anything that does not serve you. And if the mind wanders slightly, use the breath just like an anchor to bring it back to the practice. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it's made out of lead and it's pressing against the floor. The body feels so heavy, it feels like it may even fall through the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier, and it's pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now. Replace it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light that it feels like it's barely touching the floor. It feels so light, it feels like it's hovering above the floor, like it may drift away like a cloud at any moment. The body is feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. Release this feeling of lightness now and replace it instead with a feeling of coldness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels so cold, it feels like it's outside in the snow on a freezing winter's day. The hands and feet feel cold and numb, and the nose feels numb. The eyes water and sting from the cold. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside in the snow on a freezing winter's day. Release this feeling of cold now. Replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's standing in front of a roaring open fire. Heat radiates from the abdomen throughout the body. The face and the hands and the feet feel hot and flushed. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's standing in front of a roaring open fire. And release this feeling of heat now. Release all of these sensations completely. Allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. And instead come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eye, the space of Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize and create the following objects and images. Diamond-like stars sparkling against a black sky. Diamond-like stars sparkling against a dark black sky. An aqua blue butterfly perched on a branch. An aqua blue butterfly perched on a branch. A pink lotus flower in a sun shower. A pink lotus flower in a sun shower. An ornate gold key opening a lock. An ornate golden key opening a lock. A double rainbow in a blue sky. A double rainbow in a blue sky. A candle floating on a river. A candle floating on a river. Release these images now and instead call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And now begin to feel the body again. Allow the breath to deepen. And as you do, observe the movement it creates in the body. Observe how the back moves against the floor on the inhalation. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Check in with your body and observe how you feel right now. And remember the details of the room that you're in. The color of your mat, the color of your coverings. Remember the color of the walls and the floor. Remember the time of day. And begin to hear the sounds around you and the world attached to those sounds. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. Move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to gently move your head from side to side. You may like to roll on your right side for a few moments, all in your own time. And when it's right for you, keep the eyes closed or downcast and then gently move the body to come up into a comfortable sitting position. And then allowing now the body to check in, comparing how you feel now and with how you felt at the beginning of the class. And like we did at the beginning, we'll move the awareness up through the body, beginning with the soles of the feet. Just checking in, moving the awareness up through the feet and into the shins and the calves and into the knees, up through the thighs and the buttocks, and into the hands as you feel them rest upon the knees, up through the wrists and the arms, up to the shoulders. Checking in now with the torso and moving the awareness up through the abdomen and into the chest, and also around the back, moving the awareness up through the back and through the spine, and then into the neck, the back of the head, the crown of the head, and into the face, before gently resting the awareness at the eyebrow center And at this point, visualize again a steady candle flame. And together, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.